Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. Here to recap the Tennessee Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts, where the Tennessee Titans lose at home 19-17. Well, here's the thing, people. Everyone's already going crazy on Twitter. And, I'm a veteran at this point, right? Like, I've been doing this for a number of years now. It's just not time to overreact, people. It's just not time, guys. It's just too early. It's just way too early to overreact to a 2-point loss like this that we absolutely should have won. Like, we absolutely should have won this game. The most frustrating thing, and I'm right with you on this, is that this just looks like the same old Tennessee Titans. Like, that's the frustrating thing. Now, the Tennessee Titans, right, the same old Tennessee Titans, they've been a winning season for the past 3 years. And one of those years, they went to the playoffs, and they won a playoff game. That's the same old Tennessee Titans. So it's not bad. I mean, it's not awful, but we're just tired of it. We're just sick of it. And we thought last week, like, wow, we may finally be turning the corner here. But again, it's just one of those games last week that we had last season where we blew out the New England Patriots in Tennessee, where it's a fantastic game. Everything goes right. It looks fantastic. And then the next week, we can lose to the Indianapolis Colts at home. Or we can lose to the Houston Texans, tragically in Houston. Or we can, lose, whatever, to the LA Chargers, a game that we probably should have won if we're able to complete a 2-point conversion. It's just the same old Tennessee Titans. And we're just sick of it. And we're just over it. And, I understand that frustration. Trust me, I'm right there with you. But it's week 2, okay? And just like the Houston Texans, and now just like the Indianapolis Colts, we're 1-1. And, we're not at the level of the New England Patriots. We're not at the level of the Kansas City Chiefs. I didn't think we were. Anyway, but, this just proves it. We're just not ready yet, and that's frustrating. And the question is, how can we become ready? So, let's move to the game, okay? And let's start where we always start. We always have to start here. And that's Marcus Mariota. Now, the Marcus Mariota slander is strong on Twitter today. And you guys know I'm Mr. Marcus Mariota. I'm the biggest Marcus Mariota fan, defender, whatever you want to call it. I am Mr. Marcus Mariota. Here's the thing with Marcus Mariota today. He was very accurate with the football for the most part. I think he only missed maybe 3 or 4 throws. He definitely missed, like, Corey Davis to the right side of the field, which was very similar to the touch Sharp missed last week. He missed Delanie Walker. He just took a shot down the field and missed Delanie Walker there. Probably thank God, because if he would have hit Delanie Walker, it would have been intercepted by Malik Hooker, who was coming over. He missed the late throw to A.J. Brown. The very last throw, that was too high. Now, we talked about the high throw to Corey Davis last week. That hit his hands. I thought he should have came down with that. The throw to A.J. Brown was too high. Too high on a slant, that quick of a throw, too high, you can't do it. Over down the field, 15 yards, 20 yards to that Corey Davis last week. Corey Davis should have got that. But quick slant to to A.J. Brown, no. That's too high. He definitely should not have thrown that high 100%. So, 4 missed throws. I'm right with you. Almost had an interception as well, right? He almost threw to the linebacker, and then, in addition to the Malik Hooker play. However, outside of that, very precise with the football, guys. I mean, you gotta give him that at least. Now, I thought we should have took more shots down the field. But, his final stat line, 19 of 28. So that's the completion percentage. That is yet again that's like 70% completion percentage. He hits his wide receivers, dog. Now, the most frustrating thing with him today was that he took too many hits and he took too many sacks. Sure. I'm right with you there. I think he definitely took too many hits. He was definitely putting himself out on the line. Definitely in terms of the sideline. Almost said, you saw the helicopter tackle today or, yesterday in college football. Damn near had one of those on the sideline, getting upended. And then another time going to the sideline, got tripped up and could have hurt himself there. That frustrates me. Don't get me wrong. Okay, and he took 1 too many sacks, but, was he holding the ball too long? Sure. Absolutely, a little bit. But I think for most of the sacks, I thought the protection should have been better. The protection's not very good right now. I don't know what Roger Saffold is doing. Let me take a quick drink of water real quick. I don't know what Roger Saffold is doing right now. He is awful. Quentin Spain looks just as talented as Roger Saffold at the left guard position, so that's a disaster to me right now. The protection's not very good right now. So, look, Mariota today, for me, gets a C+, maybe a B-, but I don't think it's a D. It's certainly not an F, and if you really believe that Ryan Tannehill would have led us to victory today, you're nuts. I mean, it's just, you're literally insane. You're literally insane if you think Ryan Tannehill would have led us to victory today. You're literally out of your mind. You're literally out of your gourd. I thought today fell on Arthur Smith. I think Arthur Smith was 100%, at least maybe not 100%, but he was at least 80% of the blame today. 80%. On a day where Derrick Henry is eating. Okay, he has 15 carries for 81 yards. We refuse to run the football. I mean, are we out of our minds? So we're not running the football and we're not throwing the ball downfield. What the hell are we doing? Like, how can you do both? Look, if you want to be a running football team, okay, you want to run the football, you want to, you don't want to take too many big shots downfield, that's fine. Or if you want to be a passing team and you want to take a lot of shots downfield, that's fine. But what you cannot do is you cannot be a team that just, throws a lot of short passes and doesn't run the football. You're not going to sustain drives. You're not going to be able to put up points, and that's what we saw today. Derrick Henry should have got the ball that second to last drive way more than he did. I don't know why we turned into looking for these, very pass happy and very short pass happy. I don't know why that transition happened. It didn't make any sense to me, but that's what happened. And it was absolutely just perplexing. The play calling from Arthur Smith today was weak. And especially, that last drive was a disaster. And part of that fell on Marcus Mariota, though. I will blame Marcus Mariota. I did not think his decision-making was great on that last drive. Dude, there's a minute left in this game. You cannot throw a 5-yard in to Delaney Walker to start the drive. It takes 20 seconds off of the clock for 5 yards. That's ridiculous. Okay? Then he runs for 15 yards. Okay, that's fine. But then we need to have a plan. Like, we didn't even have a good plan. We weren't running routes. We weren't running routes to the sideline. We're just running a bunch of inside stuff. This is not the time for that. We need outside stuff. We just saw Drew Brees, who's great, all-time great, Hall of Famer. We just saw Drew Brees teach you how to do this. Okay? And he knows what he's doing. We didn't know what we were doing. We were absolutely out of our gourd, out of our minds. We were children out there. We had no idea what we were doing on that last drive. It was an absolute disaster. And that's why we didn't put up the points. And then Carlos Santos, he had his missed field goal today. And I guess I can't complain because Adam Vinatieri, who's done, by the way, Adam Vinatieri is done. He should be released tomorrow, maybe even tonight. Hell, on the plane back, he should be released. That guy is done. Hey, 46 years old, best kicker of all time. Congratulations. You're done, dog. You're finished. You're kaput. Man, Adam Vinatieri stinks right now. But anyway, yeah, Carlos Santos missed his field goal. And look, would I have liked for Mariota to have not taken that sack? Yes. But does Carlos Santos, does he need to be able to hit a 45-yarder? Absolutely. And it looked like it probably would have missed from 35 yards anyway, because that's how bad the kick was. So I don't even, okay, that's just a frustrating aspect over there. So, look, Mariota definitely does not get a passing grade to me. I mean, he gets like a C+, but that's not a passing grade. I mean, for me, a B or higher is a passing grade. So it was not a great game from him today. Don't get me wrong. But here's my thing with Marcus Mariota. Right now, he's Alex Smith. Okay? Like Alex Smith, he's better than a lot of quarterbacks in this league. He's better than Jacoby Brissett, who we saw today. Jacoby Brissett is being, trotted along with absolutely fantastic coaching by Frank Reich. But you can see how limited Jacoby Brissett, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to read the field. He doesn't know. He's very strong. He has a strong stature. He's able to extend plays. Jacoby Brissett's a backup. Jacoby Brissett is not a good quarterback in this league. So he's better than Jacoby Brissett, for example. He's better than Joe Flacco. I think he's just as good as Derek Carr. I think he's better than Eli Manning for sure. I think he's He's better than Jameis Winston. Right now he's playing better than Cam Newton. He's better than a lot of quarterbacks in this league, like Alex Smith. But like Alex Smith, can he bail you out when your offensive coordinator is doing an awful job? No, Aaron Rodgers can, Patrick Mahomes can, Carson Wentz can, Jared Goff. We haven't seen that. So, actually, I can't even say that for Jared Goff. Although I will say Jared Goff is better than Marcus Mariota. But, again, that's a quarterback where we've seen Jared Goff put up 3 points in the Super Bowl. Okay, and he wasn't able to do anything. So, let's not forget about that. But Matt Ryan can, Phillip Rivers can, Matthew Stafford can. Although he doesn't do it all the time, he can't. Those guys are better than Marcus Mariota. So, the thing is, I think you have to treat this situation just as the Kansas City Chiefs treated Alex Smith. You keep him until the day comes, until the day comes where that Patrick Mahomes is available, and then you take that Patrick Mahomes. That's the move. But if you think that you want to go down this road of just picking a quarterback just cause I'm tired of Marcus Mariota, dude, I don't want Josh Allen, dog. I'm good, okay? I don't want Josh Allen. I don't want Josh Rosen. I'm good. I am good. I will stick with Marcus Mariota before we go down this Josh Allen, Josh Rosen junk. Mitchell Trubisky, I'm good on that. Hey, I'm all right. So you better make sure before you move on. So I think he's still the guy for right now. Does he have some stuff to prove before he can solidify himself? Absolutely. He should not be solidified for this team. But I'm sticking with this guy before we go sign Joe Flacco. Before we go trade for Drew Lock. Because that's the route. Like, you realize that's more likely. You're more likely to get Josh Rosen or Josh Allen or, who else is someone I can mention here? I'll just keep picking on those two. But like a young quarterback who's not even that strong, not even that good at all, worse than Marcus Mariota. And you're like, damn, we did nothing here. Like, we got worse here. So, that's my thoughts on that. Anyway. So, I don't know why we didn't run the ball more today, especially because Derrick Henry was having success. It didn't make any sense to me. 15 carries for 81 yards is absolutely ridiculous. That should never be Derrick Henry's stat line ever, unless if he got injured during the game. He did not get injured during this game. So, Arthur Smith, to me, takes a lot of the blame today, almost all the blame. Arthur Smith. Mike Vrabel, worst game as a head coach. This guy, I cannot believe, did not challenge the pass interference call on Malcolm Butler on the drive, I want to say second quarter, but it was definitely in the first half. I cannot believe that he did not challenge that. What the hell are you doing, dog? I don't know if he has guys in the booth that are looking at these replays that are giving him advice or if it's just on him. Ridiculous, because that was a touchdown drive for the team. And then also on that drive, Jacoby Brissett did not make that first down. I would have challenged that too. Now, that one you're less likely to win. I'll grant you that. I would have given it a shot. The replay was pretty damn close. I thought we would have won it, but we most certainly would have won the pass interference call. So absolutely ridiculous by Mike Vrabel, where our defense played well today. I mean, look, they let up the big rush by Jordan Wilkins, and they give, Jacoby Brissett 3 touchdowns, but I thought our defense played well, and that was a touchdown drive they should not have had if Mike Vrabel is able to throw a flag. If he's able to throw a flag, they don't score a touchdown on that drive and win the game. So bad game from Mike Vrabel, bad game from Arthur Smith, bad coaching today. And the thing is, again, if you want a quarterback that can bail us out when we have bad coaching, so do I. Where's he at? You got to tell me where he's at. Because before we go out and sign Jameis Winston or trade for Joe Flacco or, trade for Josh Rosen, you better tell me where he's at before we have that conversation. I'm not having that conversation with you. It'd be better to have a quarterback that can bail us out when Arthur Smith is not having his best day, when Mike Vrabel is making, or not even making decisions, just sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. Not doing his job as a head coach to throw the damn challenge flag. So, and then, we're not even using Adam Humphries at all, and how we're using them is pretty pathetic. Like, we had them on like a jet sweep on one play, and we're trying to throw these screens. Yeah, we don't know how to run screens. Like, we don't know when to call them. We don't know against what defenses to call them. The screen game, although we had a 75-yard, screen touchdown last week, I thought the screens today were awful. I thought they were horribly called. You can't just call the screen just to call the screen. Like, I know this in Madden, even in Madden, us Madden players know I'm not throwing a screen when this cornerback is damn near in press coverage. What the hell am I going to throw a screen? Unless if I'm having, some sort of picking or some blocking that's going to go on, and nope, it did not go on. Adam Humphries was just sitting there, cornerback was pressed 3 yards off of him, caught, and then immediately Pierre Desir lights him up. What the hell kind of play call is that? I mean, sir, you knew he was right there. Where do you think he was going to go? You thought he was just going to bail out in coverage or something? He's going to come out, and he's going to come down, and he's going to be able to tackle this guy. So, play calling was weak. Mike Vrabel was weak. The defense, I think, is still great, man. I think it's the top 5 defense in this league. I love what Logan Ryan's doing. I love what Kevin Byard's doing. I even love what Malcolm Butler's doing. Like, I know he let up the touchdown to T.Y. Hilton. That's just T.Y. Hilton. Like, he's going to get beat on some plays. Like, we all know Malcolm Butler's going to get beat on plays, but he's bringing good energy. He's bringing good leadership. I think he's playing well. And Adoree Jackson stinks right now. What a horrible pass interference. And the guy got up like he did nothing wrong. Like, it was a great play. Like, he was like, hey, as he just tackled the wide receiver, the most obvious pass interference I've seen in quite some time. It was absolutely ridiculous. So Adoree Jackson is getting on my damn nerves. And with Jalen Ramsey potentially available, I want to have a phone call with the team we're facing on Thursday. So anyway, I mean, that's just me kidding. We all know Adoree Jackson's fine, but he's struggling right now. I mean, he's struggling in the preseason, and what kind of play was that? I mean, just what kind of play was that? Now, luckily, we were facing a quarterback today that, isn't adept at throwing the football. They weren't really throwing the football much today. So I can't even really say much about Adoree Jackson right now, but I don't know. It was just frustrating. So, obviously, it's just a frustrating loss, and it's not over. Hell, I still tell you this. I still have us going 11-5. I do. I think we'll get our stride. I think we'll pick things up. I think we'll get things rolling and going. And, we saw that potential last week, and I still think our schedule, especially early this season, is very weak. However, it can get ugly if we don't win. I think we might lose Thursday. We'll see. But it could get ugly. It could, but I still have faith in this team. I still think this is an 11-5 football team. I still think it's the 3rd best team in the AFC. It just wasn't together today. This was a divisional game, a frustrating game, a game that we've seen, one time too often in our history as Tennessee Titans fans. These are the same old Tennessee Titans today. I mean, how appropriate that Jeff Fisher was there. How appropriate that Eddie George was there. How appropriate that all these Titan legends were there, because these were the same old Tennessee Titans today. And by the way, I don't know why we threw to A.J. Brown on that play. Look, I like A.J. Brown, okay, but you got to throw to Delaney Walker on that final play. You got to throw to Delaney Walker on that final play. And why are we running a slant with 15 seconds left? Even if we converted, yeah, dude, you don't realize if we would have converted that anyway, that high throw by Marcus Mariota, which again was high. But if we would have converted that, bro, we have to go up, we have to spike the ball, we have maybe 3 seconds left. What kind of play call is that? What kind of play call is that? What kind of play call is that? Arthur Smith was bad today. Arthur Smith was bad today. And that's the guy that takes the L for me. And it's just frustrating. And, it's just very frustrating. Because, again, I think our defense is playing great. I think they're getting after it. I mean, they're making some mistakes, but in today's NFL, you're just not going to have a defense that limits teams to like 10 points a game. Like, that's just not, this is not today's NFL. So, for today's NFL, this defense is great. If this offense can just, be more consistent, get it going consistently, man, we can just roll off wins, man. Like, we're facing the Jaguars and Gardner Minshew, and I actually like Minshew a little bit, but we're facing the Jags and Gardner Minshew Thursday, and then we're facing the Falcons, and then I think we're facing after that. Let me check the schedule. I should have it up, actually. And then we face the Bills and the Broncos and the Chargers at home and the Bucs at home. All of those games are winnable to me. There's not one game I look at and I say that's a loss. Now, we will lose. We're probably going to lose 2 or 3 of those. Hopefully only 2. But there's not one game I look at and I say, oh, yeah, that's absolutely a loss. I don't have any one of those teams I just said making the playoffs. The Falcons, we'll see. That's the closest one. But I don't have any of those teams making the playoffs. Some people are still high on the Chargers. That's fine. I think we can beat the Chargers. Have the Lions beat the Chargers today in Detroit. We can beat the Chargers in Tennessee. So, this schedule still looks, and look, the Panthers after that, we got Panthers after the Buccaneers. So, this is not a scary schedule. We can roll off wins in this schedule. It's frustrating that we lost to the Colts at home, but we can return the favor in Indianapolis. We just have to get rolling. We have to get going. We have to get Taylor Lewan back. We have to get Roger Saffold more ingratiated into this offensive line and into this offense. We have to get things going. And they were going for the second half last week. For the first half, they weren't going. Right, so the consistency is not there. And you people question why I care so much about the preseason. MJ, you care too much about the preseason. Well, this is why. Because the preseason told us this. The preseason told us this. This is exactly what the preseason told us. I told you that, we're just not ready to go right now offensively. And, it was good for the second half last week's game, but it was horrible throughout pretty much this entire game. So I think we'll get it going. I still have us going 11-5. I still have us being the third best team in the AFC. I still have us losing the divisional round. I don't think there's any way in hell we beat Kansas City or New England in Kansas City or New England. So anyway, with that said, that pretty much is going to do it for my review. I'll move on to the comments. And, oh yeah, by the way, for you Indianapolis Colts fans, congratulations, you won the game. I mean, if I'm a Colts fan, personally, I don't even want us to really win games. What I absolutely want is I want Jacoby Brissett to prove to be a franchise quarterback. I want him to kill it. I want him to be a beast. I don't think he is. I think he's quite limited. I don't think he reads the field. I don't think he reads the field well at all. I think he's pretty plain. I think he's a backup. I think Tyrod Taylor's better than Jacoby Brissett. Seriously. Tyrod Taylor's better than Jacoby Brissett. What are we talking about? So if Tyrod Taylor's not a star in this league, why is Jacoby Brissett? So, that's my thoughts on that. If you really want to be a fringe playoff team, go trade for Tyrod Taylor. But otherwise, to me, I would prefer to tank and get that next franchise quarterback in. But that's just me. But hey, you won the game. Congratulations on that. And Brissett had his 3 touchdowns. One was a shovel pass, but he had his 3 touchdowns. And Marlon Mack, didn't run particularly well. He had 20 rushes for 51 yards, but he still was able to make some plays, so you like that. And T.Y. Hilton is still T.Y. Hilton, and Paris Campbell's showing some nice things for you. So you definitely like seeing that. Moving forward, your offensive line is still great. This team is still pretty damn ready to go. You just need to have that quarterback in there. Jacoby Brissett is not it. I don't care what anyone says. He's not it. He's just very limited. It was obvious today watching the game. He's a very limited quarterback, able to make some plays, extensive plays and everything, but even the New England Patriots knew that. When they trotted him out there, it was his rookie year, yes. But when they trotted him out there week 3, they were running a bunch of gimmicky stuff, and they traded him. They're like, yeah, he's not it. We're fine trading him to the Indianapolis Colts, a team that is actually one of our rivals when we think about it. We don't care. We don't care. We're not afraid about Jacoby Brissett. We're not. So, anyway, with that said, I will move on to the chat. So if you have any questions or comments for me, say them right now. Why is there someone preaching? I know it's a Sunday, but someone in the chat is preaching right now. Yeah, some people are saying Tannehill over Mariota. You people are just nuts. You people are literally insane. Look, like I said, Mariota is precise with the football. He's accurate with the football. There's only a few misses he'll have in the entire game. We're so nitpicky when it comes to Marcus Mariota. It's actually ridiculous. Tom Brady misses more throws than Marcus Mariota in the course of a game. So if you want to try out Ryan Tannehill out there, okay, don't be pissed then when he overshoots his receiver for 5 yards, and then, you'll be complaining about that. But go ahead. Let's go ahead with Ryan Tannehill then. King Boodum says, why do we stop running with Henry? That's the question, man. I have no idea why we stop running with Derrick Henry, man. When he's eating like that, especially during the second half in the fourth quarter, you have to keep feeding Derrick Henry. It's insane. It's Derrick Henry time, right? It's Henry time. You got to keep feeding him there. Absolutely insane. It's Titan says, yeah, I agree. It's time to let Mariota go. I liked him, but he just can't do it. Again, I think that's just, so short-sighted. Who had a worse game, Mariota today or Baker Mayfield last week? Baker Mayfield last week. Is it time to move on from Baker Mayfield? Is Baker Mayfield a worse quarterback than Marcus Mariota? No. You're allowed to have bad games as a quarterback. And this one wasn't even that bad. Like, if this is Marcus Mariota at his worst, I'm all right with that. If we would have just run the football, we still would have won the game. Like, this was us, pretty much at our worst offensively, and we still almost won the game. And that's just a testament to the defense. Dre24 says, Vrabel needs to apologize to the whole squad. His ego got the best of him today. Late game management needs to be better. Defense played well enough to win. Just no urgency with this team ever. Yeah, exactly, man. I don't know what we've been running in terms of training camp, in terms of the 2-minute drill, in terms of the 4-minute drill, but it looked awful. And I can't believe this guy did not throw the challenge flag. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Some people are saying that, yeah, it's Mariota's 5th year and it's Baker's 2nd. Big difference. Okay, sure. Who was worse, Mariota today or Ben Roethlisberger last week? Ben Roethlisberger. Is it time to move on from Ben Roethlisberger? No, it's not. Okay, so I can name plenty of quarterbacks. Like, do y'all watch the NFL, actually? Like, it's cute to just look at stat lines and stuff. And just to know general stories, but quarterbacks have not great games all the time. Okay, like, it literally happens all the time. I know Patrick Mahomes just keeps killing it, so maybe not him, but all the time. Like, hell, I didn't think Aaron Rodgers was that great in his first game, and I thought that was more due to Matt LaFleur than him, but still. Matt Ryan had a horrible game last week, actually, like with his interceptions against the Vikings, only put up 12 points. Mariota was better today than Matt Ryan was last week. It's not time to move on from Matt Ryan. And I'm not saying he's better than these quarterbacks. I'm just saying he's allowed to have the occasional bad game. He's going to have the occasional bad game. Leroy Davidson says, should we draft a quarterback? If we find one that we believe can be that guy, then yes. If you identify Tua Tagovailoa as that guy, then go ahead, take that guy. If you identify Justin Herbert, take that guy. If you identify Jake Fromm, absolutely. But in the meantime, I'm keeping Marcus Mariota because that's a better fucking bridge. Oh, excuse my language. I'm getting frustrated. That's a better bridge than Joe Flacco. I mean, can we please? I'm telling y'all, man, this will get ugly, people. If we bring in Joe Flacco, man, or we can start Tannehill. Tannehill wouldn't be that bad. But I'm telling you, man, if y'all want to go down that road, we're going to have some damn problems in Tennessee. I mean, it's going to be bad. Y'all do remember we were 3-13 not too long ago, right? We were 2-14 as well. We were 7-9. We had Jake Locker and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, those days going to come back. Those days going to come back. Hell, we might get Ryan Fitzpatrick again. If Mariota gone and you don't tell me who's coming in, you better tell me who's coming in. Well, we got Ryan Fitzpatrick 2.0. We got Joe Flacco in the building. What's up? How you doing? We got Case Keenum. Look out. Is that what you want? Okay, he's coming. DeAndre Ray says, MJ, you need to pick us to lose every game. When you do, we win. Well, I go with, I have streaks. I have streaks of picking us, absolutely right, and then I have streaks of me picking us absolutely wrong. So it just depends. But right now, it's a negative streak. Because, I picked us to be, I picked us to beat the Jaguars Week 17 in 2017, and then also to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoff game. And I was right. So it just depends. Perfect Shot says, do you stick with your Corey Davis prediction for the season? What was it, over 1,000 yards? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's looking more unlikely, but it's also too early. So, and Rayla Stallion says, Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, and so does Trent Dilfer. You don't want him right now. What kind of nonsense logic is that? That's what the Baltimore Ravens were telling themselves. And how long did that last, right? They eventually had to say, all right, man, nah, you can't keep skating off that Super Bowl ring. You gone. And now the Denver Broncos are enjoying Joe Flacco right now. So if you want Joe Flacco, go ahead. Let's bring him in, man. We're going right back to 7-9. I guarantee. Hell, we won't even. They may not even go 7-9 with Joe Flacco at the quarterback position, man. It might be like 6-10. Missed sacks, missed tackles. How about your guarantee picks? Well, actually, let me check on my guarantees. I know I missed this one, damn it. But hey, the Jaguars finished +9. The Bengals, 49ers hit the over. And what was the other one? I think it was this one. And then I think I have 2 more waiting. Yeah, I think that should be right. Actually, no, that's not right. What are my other picks this week? Oh, yeah, the Cardinals hit the +13. And then there's one more I can't remember right now. I think the other one's still coming. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I still had another winning week for my guarantees. So another good week. I'm not even worried about my guarantees right now, though. I'm just pissed about this game. Adrian Campbell, 86, says the Titans should still win 10 to 11 games. And again, I absolutely agree. And I still think 11-5, absolutely. Like, guys, New Orleans Saints last year, they went 13-3. Week 1, they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 2, did they lose to the Browns, or did they tie with them? No, they didn't tie with them. They beat them barely. They barely beat the Cleveland Browns week 2 last year. And then they rattled off, 11-2 the rest of the way, or 12-2, whatever. So it's just too early to just overreact. It's just, it's unfortunate. It's frustrating because this is the same Tennessee Titans. It's the same thing that we've seen for quite some time. But I still have us for 11-5. Absolutely. I think the schedule's clearing up pretty nicely. Thursday is a pretty big one, and if we lose that one, I still, honestly, because honestly, yeah, I had us 1-2. Now, I thought it was going to be a different 1-2, but I had us losing to the Browns and the Jaguars instead of the Colts and the Jaguars, and it's frustrating that would be 2 division losses, but even if we lose Thursday, I'm not overreacting. I'm not. Now, if we lose the game after that, okay, I'm overreacting. Like, okay, we're in trouble. Like, we're screwed. Like, at that point, we have to, like, start winning out or we're in trouble. Like, I mean, we're going to have to get on the streak after that. So, we might lose this week on Thursday. I think we'll win. I'll predict us to win right now. But, if we lose, it's going to be ugly. People will be pissed. People will be, throwing stuff, going crazy. I won't be at that level yet unless we get, like, blown out or Mariota gets hurt or someone gets hurt or something like that. But I still think we're 11-5 team. I really do. I look at this team and I'm like, this is the Tennessee Titans from last year, but slightly improved. Like, I do think we're improved from last year. I think talent-wise, we absolutely are. There's more talent running around out there, and I think we're slightly better coached, although that didn't prove to be true today. I think that is the case. So I still like us, man. I really do. Emperor of Rome says, we don't care about your language. Go ahead and curse. Yeah, you guys don't, but YouTube does. And I don't want to get demonetized. So I'm going to watch the cursing for sure. Okay, I'll answer just a couple more and I'll get out of here. DO9 Motivation says, Mariota sucks. Just face it. Mariota in the offense had plenty of time to do something. Been saying it all along. Again, I thought we just should have ran better stuff today offensively. I didn't like the play calling today at all. And I don't like our scheming right now. It's just bizarre at times. We don't know what our identity is still, and that's just ridiculous. Like, the good thing about Mike Mularkey, like, okay, we were smash mouth offense, but we stuck to that, bro. Like, we had all kinds of stupid tight ends out there. We had Derrick Henry just running. Well, at least, at the later half of the season. I don't know what we were doing in the first half. But yeah, we had Derrick Henry just running. We were doing a little play action, like we knew what we were doing. Now we're just doing a whole bunch of stuff, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, and here or there, whatever. It's just weird. And look, my thing is, again, can we find a better quarterback like a Patrick Mahomes or a Carson Wentz or an Aaron Rodgers or a Drew Brees or Phillip Rivers or a Matthew Stafford? Yes, in theory. But until you tell me that guy, until you identify him, you put his name out there, and you put me in front of him, then I say, okay, until then, we got to stick with this guy. Because I'm telling you, man, this is so much better than Joe Flacco. This is so much better than Josh Rosen, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jacoby Brissett. We can go down that road. Hey, we can do it, man. We ain't gonna like it. We ain't gonna like it one bit. And that's the situation we're in. Like, I have no doubt if we had Kyle Shanahan, or if we had Sean McVay, or if we had Sean Payton, we wouldn't be having this conversation. This is not a conversation we'd be having. There will not be a day on this planet where Lamar Jackson is a better thrower of the football and can read the field better than Marcus Mariota. But Lamar Jackson's playing better right now. Why? Because he has the infrastructure around him. There will, to me, not be a day on this planet where Dak Prescott is a better thrower of the football than Marcus Mariota. I like Dak Prescott. I have him winning the Super Bowl this year. Better environment. He has Kellen Moore. He has Jason Garrett. He has the offensive line. He has a running game. And now he has the wide receivers in his winning games. We saw Marcus Mariota go toe-to-toe with Dak Prescott in Dallas. Now, that was only one game. I mean, I don't want to, go off, too much off of one game, but who was, the better quarterback on that day? So let's not forget, the infrastructure matters. So if we're going to stick with this infrastructure, then yeah, we need a better quarterback. Or we can get a better infrastructure to the point where we can finally take advantage of what we have. But, I think I do, although I have to say this, time is just kind of running out here. This is his 5th year. So we've been talking about this for quite some time. So that is frustrating. But I will never, I question the talent of Jake Locker. I question the talent of Vince Young. And I never really bought into either one of them. I mean, I loved Vince Young at the time, but, we all knew he couldn't really throw. we all knew that. We hoped one day he'd be able to, and he was definitely a winner. But, I never questioned the talent of Marcus Mariota, and even if he leaves this team or we get rid of him or whatever, I will never question him. Whenever other fans ask me about him, and, we just saw Marcus Mariota, is this good? I'll be like, yeah, it's a good thing. But, if we're just going to continue to have these mediocre coaches and, this offensive line play that's just not great and, our offensive scheme and game planning that's just not up to snuff, and, yeah, he's not going to succeed or he's not going to excel. Let me say that. But for right now, I mean, it's still a long season to go. I still think we're a winning football team. I still think we're 11-5 team, and that's what I believe. So just a couple more, and then I'll get out of here. Slayer says we should trade for Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, I jokingly said that on Twitter. I mean, it'd be nice, but honestly, our defense is pretty damn good right now. Logan Ryan's playing great. Why do we need Minka Fitzpatrick? We really don't. It'd be nice because I feel like a second-round pick for Minka Fitzpatrick is a great deal. But right now, if anything, we need someone to help out this offensive line. We need a right guard. And if Nate Davis can't play, that's fine. I know we expect third-rounders to eventually play. Jonnu Smith can't play. So, I mean, sometimes and Taywan Taylor never played much, and then now he's traded. So, if we need to, trade for a right guard, then go ahead and do it. We don't need to sit around waiting for Nate Davis if he's never going to play. Let's just go ahead and get our right guard then. Because Jamil Douglas ain't it. Michael Slaughter said, should they get rid of Deion Lewis and go after a better compliment to Henry? Yeah, I'm over Deion Lewis. I'm so over Deion Lewis. I'm so done with Deion Lewis. He's so average. Not even average. I think he's just bad. Honestly, I don't even think he's even a good running back at this point. I think he's just a bad running back. I think he's, quite limited. I just think he's bad. I just don't see much from him at all. So I'm so over Deion Lewis right now. I'm just so over Deion Lewis. But that's just me. Okay, just a couple more. Yeah, Richard Conte says it's not easy finding a new quarterback. Just ask Cleveland. I agree. A lot of intangibles. Good point. Need a line. Yeah, man. I mean, we could easily go down the road, and then before you know it, we've drafted Brandon Weeden. We've drafted Johnny Manziel. We signed Robert Griffin III. Who else? Brian Hoyer. We can easily go down that road, dog. It ain't fun. It ain't fun, man. It's not fun, dog. It's not. And remember, I made that potential 2020 quarterback list, and we have some veteran options that might become available. I can't remember if Phillip Rivers signed an extension or not. I think he did. But if he did not, I don't know if he'll leave, but that's an option. And then, like I said, I would personally pick up the phone and ask the Detroit Lions what they want for Matthew Stafford. Now, Matthew Stafford, I think, is better than Marcus Mariota. I don't think it's by far. I think he's like that much better. And if you think Matthew Stafford's going to come in here and everything's going to be hunky-dory, no. Y'all going to be criticizing Matthew Stafford here, boy. And the Lions know, though, we got to keep him because it's better to have him than to go down the whatever Culpepper or Orlovsky days that we're from. So, trust me, man, it ain't easy finding a quarterback, dog. Like, I know it's cute to just look at Kansas City. Kansas City, now they have Patrick Mahomes. Before they had Alex Smith. Before that, dude, Kansas City, oh my God, their quarterback history since Joe Montana. Oh my goodness. It's been a damn disaster over in Kansas City at the quarterback position. Oh my God, if we went through the Kansas City starting quarterbacks. That's what y'all want to go down again? Y'all want to go down that road again? Dog, we just did this. Oh my God. So be careful before you do that. Look, I'm all right as long as we're upgrading. But don't just move on from Mariota just to move on. Don't just do it. So with that said, that's going to end this video today. Again, it's frustrating. I think we'll come out. I think we'll win Thursday. I'll be back live after that game for that game recap. If we lose that game, it depends how we lose, I'm still not going to throw in the towel yet. It's early, people. And it's frustrating that, we all had the dream in mind, and it was a dream, that, we could take that step, we can be that 12-4, 13-3, true Super Bowl contending team, and it just seems like we're not there yet. And hell, we can even find that mid-season. Like, I've seen plenty of teams lose week 1 or week 2 and still end up going 13-3, being a great team, and those first 2 weeks were not indicative of the team overall. And really, we're just talking about 1 week, because the first week would be pretty damn indicative of that. So, that happens all the time. That happens every year. It's going to happen this year. It could be us. We have to see what's going to happen on Thursday. I know this. We're still healthy. Yay. That's a damn good thing. Like, we still are suffering no injuries right now. Now, we got close. Mariota, was definitely putting himself out on the line today. But we're still healthy. We're facing the Jacksonville Jaguars and Gardner Minshew on Thursday. The schedule's still pretty weak to me, at least early. And even late, I think we can beat the New Orleans Saints in Tennessee. I think we can beat the Texans, at least in Tennessee. So even when it gets more difficult, I still think there's plenty of winnable games on this schedule. I still have us going 11-5. I think everything's fine. I think we need to relax. Okay, let's calm down. Let's chill. Let's take a chill pill. Everything's going to be all right. Okay? But it is frustrating. So I understand it. So go ahead, get your frustrations out. Drink an extra beer today. Watch, some other games. And then we'll be back Thursday. It's a quick week. And then we'll see what we can do on Thursday. So thank you for joining me here live for the game recap. Tennessee Titans lose to the Indianapolis Colts 19-17. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.